welcome back to the channel. And today's tier list will be about Apex weapons tier list. There is no hop-ups, as you can see, but I will be including hop-ups as the guns go along that do indeed have hop-ups. Alright, so let's get into it. So our first weapon is the 30-30 repeater, the newest weapon addition to this game. 30-30 repeater, when you ADS, aim down sights, like when you scope in, it has a little charge on its ADS, and if it's charged completely, you get a damage boost. The thing that I can really compare the 30-30 repeater to is the G7 Scout. I think it's the worst 30-30. So the 30-30 for me is at C tier. Alright, next up we have the Alternator. The Alternator has been buffed this season with a 1+ damage per shot, and I feel like that's a big buff that the Alternator need. It used to be a toy gun. It's the epitome of a starter weapon. That's a lot of people say about it. I feel like now it's become a better weapon. A few weeks ago, the devs actually said that the Alternator had a higher win rate than the R99, and that's kind of crazy. But the Alternator is in B tier for me. Alright, next up we have the Charge Rifle. The Charge Rifle is an interesting weapon. It's the only hit scan weapon in Apex. I wish it could run the mags. That's kind of annoying that it can't. The charge rifle, you need to charge it up, obviously, to get, like, better damage. I remember once on Olympus, I was playing Trios Phil, and I land down on, like, so you know the sniper, like, little thing where you find a bunch of snipers? I call it Sniper's Nest, but it's, like, right between Bonsai and, it's, like, forms a triangle with Bonsai and Energy Depot, I want to say. So I landed there, and I got a charge rifle, and I got 600 damage on drop, and 6 kills. I ended up dying in second with 8 kills, but whatever. With Octane. Anyways, the charge rifle is B tier. Alright, next up we have the Devo. Now, the Devo, it's a solid weapon. I mean, it's always had a balancing issue, well, I'll tell you that. With the turbocharger, it's fine. Or not, without the turbocharger, sorry. It's fine. With the turbocharger, it's still A tier. The Devotion is A tier for me. It's not the most accurate weapon for sure, but it does the job. Alright, next up we have the Eva Shotgun. The Eva Shotgun is A tier, and here's why. So, it's the new meta shotgun right now. The Mastiff used to be the meta shotgun, obviously, until the Mastiff nerf with the Chaos Theory patch. I would say that the Eva has also been nerfed slightly due to double tap removal with the start of Season 8. But the Eva Purple Bolt, it's fine. I mean, it does the job just as well as Eva with double tap. Alright, next up we have the Flatline. The Flatline is our second gun that has a hop up. The Flatline is A tier. And this is the one I'm going to order. I'm going to order these. So I think this is a correct order for the A tier. The Flatline is almost S tier, but it just doesn't make the cut due to the fact that there is a better Flatline that obviously doesn't run heavy ammo, but still very good. And here's why the Flatline's A tier. The Flatline is nuts this season. It has a solid mid to close range game. I will say one thing about it, is iron sights sucks. You need an optics for this thing to be good, but when you do, it shreds. Just pick up a flatline if you haven't this season. Alright, next up we have the G7 Scout. G7 Scout is A tier. I'd say put it here. This is the better flatline, in my opinion. The G7 Scout, it can be used in close range. I've clutched up with a G7 and triple take a lot. In close range battles. The G7 also is the best long range weapon in the game, unless you're talking about like a sniper, like the Kraber. But it's just so good at like getting those long range damage farms and stuff like that. Alright, next up we have the Havoc. The Havoc's B tier with turbocharger is A tier. The Havoc is a good weapon. Without turbocharger, I'm very good with it. With turbocharger, I'm very, very good with it. In my opinion, this might not go for some people, but it has a really easy to control recoil. I really do like this weapon, the Havoc, but it's B tier just because of the turbo, like the charge it needs to have in order for the bullets to start coming out. Alright, next up we have the Hemlock. The Hemlock's B tier. The Hemlock last season before its nerf, it's S tier. I'm not even kidding. The Hemlock was abused last season. Obviously. Up until its nerf. They did a pretty big nerf. But the Hemlock in Season 8 is B tier. Having to rely on burst isn't that practical. To be honest. And just, it's not something I'd usually go for, you know? I'd rather take a flatline. Alright, next up we have the Kraber. All care package weapons are S tier. There's a care package weapon I'm putting in S tier. Except for one, and I think a lot of people know which one that is. Next up we have the L-Star. The L-Star is C tier. The L-Star I like, to be honest. I think with Rampart it gets even better due to its increased heat capacity. It's just not worth using if you find another energy weapon. But you can run it alongside, I don't know, a Volt, and you can have a very good, like, loadout. Alright, next up we have the Longbow. The Longbow is D tier. Longbow with Skull Piercers, B tier. Longbow is D tier for me because it doesn't have a real, it's not good in close range, and it's by far the worst sniper. Easily, hands down, in my opinion. And I feel like just a longbow, I don't know. It's not the greatest of weapons. I'd rather use a triple take or sentinel. Next up we have the Mastiff. The Mastiff, this might surprise a lot of people, but it's C tier. The Mastiff, interesting weapon. Before its nerf, it was S tier. Now it's C tier. They did a 30 damage nerf. 30. Do you think about how big that is? So, do the Mastiff before the Chaos Theory event patch, when they nerfed it. 104, 104, 108, 114. When your enemy has it. Wink. When you have it, it feels like it only hits for 11, 14, 18, 11, 9. I don't know, but it might just be me. But the Mastiff is C tier just because of how, like, the low damage it is. The worst shotgun in the game right now. Next up we have the Mozambique. The Mozambique C tier. It's a gun that a lot of people have slept on. You can land, get it off drop, get like light armor, as they did with the Locked and Loaded event, the anniversary event. And you could, big word, could shred with it. But Mozambique with hammer points is B tier. Alright, next up we have the P20. P2020 is D tier. The P2020 with hammer points is also B tier. But just, I don't know. The P2020 does 13, 14, 15, maybe 20 if you're lucky. And it's literally called 2020. How can I not put, I would put it in F tier, but it's a weapon. 2020 is F tier. So, how come that's called the P2020? Like, huh? No, but in all seriousness, it's just not the greatest. Hammer points is really good. It's one of the best guns with that hop-up. But, nothing much to say about the Peacekeeper. The Prowler is A tier. That's the only care package gun I'm putting at A tier, and that's the last care package gun. The Prowler, I think it should come back as floor loot, and you can put the Devo in the care package, the April Fool's Mozambique in the care package, and bring the Power back as floor loot. Please, with Season 9, I'm begging you, respawn! Alright, next up we have the R301. The R301 is our first S tier gun. The R301 is just such a versatile weapon. Oh, I forgot the flatline with Anvil Receiver, still A tier. R301 with Anvil Receiver, A tier. I never use single fire, so yeah, pretty self-explanatory. But the R301 is just such a good weapon, in my opinion, that it's kind of hard to see why no one likes it. It's the epitome of a perfect weapon. If every single weapon in this game could be like the R301, this game would be pretty good in terms of weaponry. Next up we have the R99. The R99 is also S tier. The R99 is just a staple SMG. It's the best SMG, maybe. I'm not trying to let on anything. Maybe in the game. Yeah, let's see. Alright, next up we have the RE45. The RE45 C tier. It's a placeholder light gun. The R305. The RE45 with quick draw holster is also C tier. I don't see how it changes that much. The RE45 is a placeholder light gun until you get a better weapon. Even the gold version, which is not in the game anymore, it doesn't really change anything. Next up we have the Sentinel. Sentinel's, maybe I'm throwing a bit mushy slack on it. I would say it's B tier. Sentinel disruptor ammo, like Amped Sentinel, is A tier. The only thing that's holding it back is the slow fire rate, and the fact that disruptors go away, like they're on a timer. It would be A tier if disruptors stay till you use all the ammo. I don't understand. Next up we have the Spitfire. The Spitfire is S tier. Rampart makes it the literal best weapon in the game with the gold mags. You never have to reload. Yeah, that's all I'm really gonna say. Like, I don't understand how this weapon, like, isn't, I don't know, like, it should be nerfed, to be honest. With the War Games patch, I don't think they nerfed it, which is kind of strange. The War Games patch is the most recent patch, which actually came out yesterday. But at the time I'm recording this video, which is April 14th. So, yeah. 14th or 13th? 14th. Good, I'm not hallucinating. Alright, next up we have the Triple Take. Triple Take's A tier. For me, it's a very, very good weapon. Its raw accuracy is very good, and with Precision Choke obviously being completely gone, because the Peacekeeper's in the care package, it's just a very good weapon. Alright. Next up we have the Volt SMG. The Volt's S tier. The Season 6 new weapon. It makes it a lot, I mean, it's a lot better than the R9 in mid-range. Are we doubting that? No. It's been nerfed. It was nerfed in, I think, Season 7. even then, it's still so strong. I don't, like, understand this. It should be nerfed again. Nerf its max size to, like, 18 or 17. You know? Next up, we have the Wingman. The Wingman is A tier. Not Longbow Wingman. Skull Piercer Wingman is S tier. Quick Draw Wingman is B tier. The Wingman is a gun that takes a lot of practice to master. You can go into the firing range and hop on for like maybe 5 minutes or so and just practice hitting those dummies with the Wingman. It's pretty good. I don't pick it up that often. I'd rather pick up a Spitfire or a Flatline, but it's still a pretty viable pistol. Yeah, what do you think of my Apex tier list? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Is it good? Is it bad? Is it perfect? Let me know. Make sure to like and subscribe. And watch the other videos as well. They should be linked in the description. But yeah, that's gonna do it for me, I guess. And I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.